Hey guys, Bob from Bob's Movie Reviews here, and today I'm bringing you a theater review of the movie that just hit theaters, 22 Jump Street. This movie is rated R, 112-minute runtime, and is an action comedy starring Channing Tatum, Jonah Hill, and a little bit of Ice Cube. Just a little bit. So what is this movie about? You know, it's so similar to the first one. In the first one, you know, they went to high school to infiltrate a drug organization, and now they're just going to college to infiltrate a drug organization. Except for they don't really ever do it, is the thing. They don't really ever seem to infiltrate the suppliers, infiltrate the dealers, find the suppliers, or whatever they were saying. You know, they don't really ever seem to do it correctly. I'd really call this thing more like a bromance coming of age. You know, I don't know. I don't know why so many people are liking this movie so much. So they like I said, they go to college and they're trying to find out who's making this new drug, which to me doesn't make any sense. It's like it makes you super focused for 4 hours and then makes you party for 4 hours, and it's like, okay, whatever. I don't know. It just seems stupid to me. And so they kind of go through like a lover's quarrel, and you know, they kind of get separated, and you know, like I said, it's a coming of age. Like Channing Tatum's like, hey, you know what? I'm an athlete. Yeah. And Jonah Hill's like, oh, I'm all alone. They're kind of annoying. And so the problem that I had most with this movie, well, wait a second. Let me go with the positives first. Ice Cube was hilarious. He's the funniest guy in this whole movie. Very good in this one. He's in it for maybe 10 minutes of on-screen time, but that's when you're going to do most of your laughing. There was one other thing that I was thinking that I liked. I just can't remember what it was at the moment. Oh, at the end they did this like parody of like the next 20 sequels, and that was kind of funny. You know, not great, but I thought it was kind of funny. Now, for what I didn't like about this movie, the worst thing of this whole movie was that they did all this, you know, double meanings. Like they're like, oh, we're back for another investigation or whatever. You know, they're just basically hinting at that it's the sequel. They're like, oh, since you did so good the first time, we're giving you more money. Oh, the studio's giving them more money. They just kept doing that through the whole movie. And it was so dumb. Like, they couldn't let it die. They beat everything to death in this movie. It was like, if they had one little joke, just a little joke, it had to go for 10 minutes minimum. Like, there's this part where Channing Tatum gets some news about Jonah Hill. And instead of, like, making a joke or laughing, like, he gets up, he starts dancing. He's running around the whole police, the church thing, I don't know what you'd call it, their headquarters. He's, like, running around there, dancing, giving everybody high fives, coming back to the office, dancing some more. It's like, just let the joke end. They could not let a joke end. And that really, like, after a while, I was just getting annoyed. I was like, come on, guys. You don't have... There's, like, 5 jokes in the whole movie, and they just run the whole time, and they're not funny. So, unfortunately, I thought I really liked this one. And me, personally, I didn't think it was that good. The people I was with didn't care for it. I just thought it was kind of boring, and that they beat all the jokes to death, and it just got old so fast. And so, but with that being said, though, very, very popular movie. 8.1 rating on IMDb. I don't understand. Maybe I'm just being too cynical, but I didn't find it to be that funny or enjoyable. Another thing too, they made Channing Tatum out to be at points like a superhero, and I didn't understand that. Like, he was like scaling buildings and like the physical gags in this, I mean, there were so many of them that were impossible and would cause a person to die, but they just thought it was a joke. And it's like, well, what is it? Is this is this a movie based in reality, or is it a cartoon? I don't know, you know. And then another thing too, they started like giving pop culture references. Like, you know, there was at one point where he's like, oh, it's fast and not, you know, and too furious, or, you know, he didn't say Fast and Furious, but he kind of hinted at it. And then there was like this dude, where's my car scene they took, and it kind of almost started to feel like me, like they were just spoofing everything. Like it wasn't even a movie. It was like not another teen movie or date movie. Like where they're just putting all these jokes in from other movies, and it's like, what is even going on? It just felt so jumbled and messed up to me, you know. But I guess I could be wrong. I don't know. I just feel like this movie was not that good, and I personally wouldn't recommend going to see it. You know, I wait till it hits like the cheap theater or rent it when it comes out. But that's my opinion. You know, if you guys have a contradicting opinion, I'd love to hear it. And if you haven't already, subscribe for more videos. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up. And I'll see you next time.